When the Philadelphia Eagles were on the clock there in the 4th round, I'm not going to lie, I wanted them to take another cornerback. This deep class, you still had Desmond King, DeMonte Casey, Cornell on the board. But instead, the Eagles went wide receiver. And they went with someone that not too many people knew about. Mack Hollins. Hollins is a guy that broke his collarbone midway through his senior season at North Carolina. Had 309 yards and 4 touchdowns prior to his injury. So we don't know much about Mack Hollins. But you're about to find out a lot about Mack Hollins right now. Because I've got the film study. I've got the tape. And I'm going to show you what Mack Hollins can do. Mack Hollins is a 6'4", 220-pound vertical target that ran a 4.5 140 at the scouting combine. You look at his career statistics at North Carolina. 20.6 yards per reception on 81 career catches. 1,008 of Hollins' 1,667 career receiving yards came on passes more than 20 yards downfield. Hollins didn't run a variety of routes on the route tree, but when it came to the deep ball, deep posts, go routes. That's what he was known for. Using his long strides, using his speed, he ran by defenders. And once he gets into full speed, it's hard for anyone to catch him. He tracks the ball really well. He catches the ball over his shoulder without losing speed, but also shows the ability to haul in underthrows and make adjustments on the ball. Now, here's another example here. Here's another go route. Look at the separation Mack Hollins gets. Catches the ball in stride, doesn't lose speed, catches it over his shoulders. Beat him right off the line of scrimmage. And that's the thing. If you press him, he's got moves at the line of scrimmage to beat you off press and catch the ball deep. Here's an example of Hollins catching an underthrown pass, makes the adjustment in midair beautiful. And here, last clip, this is an incomplete pass, but just look at him turn on the burners on that safety. Ran right by him. Alright, before we get back into the sexy talk of actually catching the football, there's some little things that Hollins does really, really well, and these little things are what's going to get him onto the football field early on in his career. And one of those things is his blocking. He is a tremendous blocker. And you look at this Doug Peterson offense and scheme. He likes to run a lot of short routes, a lot of wide receiver screens. He likes to use his running backs, swing routes, get his running backs involved in the screens. So in order to maximize the yards after the catch, well, you got to have good blocking downfield from your wide receivers on the perimeter. And that's what Mack Hollins does very, very well. Alright, first 2 clips here. We just got Ryan Switzer out in motion, running a couple swing routes, and you can see Mack Hollins leading the way as a blocker, driving his defender backwards. Couple running plays here, sweep plays to the outside, left boundary. Hollins all the way upfield, pushing his defender backwards. Another running play to the outside. Hollins steering his defender wherever he wants him to go. And I love this play. Now, Hollins doesn't get a good block initially, but look at him downfield, leading the way, setting up the touchdown for his teammate. And one last clip here. Scramble, drill. Marquise Williams scrambles to his right, throws back left, and look where Hollins is. He's all the way downfield, right there, to make the block for the touchdown. Alright, I've got more unsexy talk. We're about to get into special teams now, but it's imperative, okay? Special teams is an underrated unit, and it's something that the Eagles have excelled at the last 3 years. According to Football Outsiders, the Eagles have ranked 1st, 10th, and 1st the last 3 years when it comes to special teams. Mack Hollins, former walk-on at North Carolina, that's how he got onto the field, was as a special teamer, and he was a captain on special teams for all 4 years of his collegiate career. He did everything. He played kickoff coverage, kickoff return, punt, and punt return. He did everything, and he's only going to make the Eagles special teams unit even better. Alright, I'm not going to bore you guys to death, so I only got 2 special teams clips. Here's a punt. Mack Hollins, I just think this is really cool, leading the way on the punt return as the lead blocker. That's just cool to me. And here we go. Punt coverage. puts himself in position near the goal line, and ball gets down inside the 5. I talked about Hollins' deep ball ability earlier in this film study. Now we're going to talk about what he can do from an intermediate standpoint. Limited route tree at North Carolina, a bit of a raw route runner. When it came to his intermediate routes, he ran a post and he ran a deep in. He's not a big yards after the catch guy. He's not going to make you miss. He's not elusive, but he can run by you using his underrated speed and those long galloping strides. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First 2 plays here illustrate what I'm talking about. Look at his ability to catch and go. Wow! Those are some strides right there. Second play here doesn't break through the secondary, but nearly does. You can just see those strides and how long they are. Had to be dragged down from behind by the defender. This was a well-run route here. Deep in route. Nice catch. Getting low to catch it with his hands. Shoestring catch. And one last one here. Running over the middle. Gets sandwiched between a pair of Baylor defenders, but still hangs on for the catch. Let's get into Hollins' hands. Now, obviously, drops have been a huge issue here at Philadelphia over recent years, and it was an issue for Hollins in 2015. He had 6 drops on 36 targets, but showed a lot of improvement from 2015 to 2016 because last year he only dropped the ball once on 17 targets. A pair of quick clips for you guys. First play here, ball thrown a little bit high. Hollins reaches up high to snag the ball out of the air, make the catch with those soft mittens. Second play, ball thrown low. Hollins gets down low, gets his arms underneath the football and makes the play. Hollins is a very raw route runner. He needs to run his routes with a little bit more assertiveness, a little bit more purpose. And you look at his route tree at North Carolina, it was pretty limited. He ran a go route, ran a post, ran a deep in, and he ran a stop route. And that was basically it. He ran some other routes, but he didn't really run them with effectiveness. He basically had his go-to routes, and that was it. Hollins can cause a lot of separation on his stop routes because of his ability to go deep. Saw the cornerback there bailing immediately at the start of that route. 3rd and 9, showing some awareness along the goal line, knows where the pylon is, reaches out for the touchdown. 2nd and 11 here, knowing where the first down marker is. Stop route, makes the catch, turns, lunges the ball over the line to move the chains. 2nd and 9, another example of this, using the stiff arm to get past the defender and get the first down. Last clip here, just an example of a poorly run route. You can see why he's a raw route runner right there. Ultimately, I think Mack Hollins can have a long, successful career in the NFL due to his ability to block, due to his ability on special teams. I think he has the ceiling of a number 3 wide receiver if he can refine his route running, but I think ultimately he's a number 4 or number 5. He'll get snaps because he can block, but he's also going to catch some passes downfield for you. Now, I hate making this NFL comparison. I despise it, but he actually reminds me a little bit of Riley Cooper. Cooper could block. He got downfield a little bit, caught some passes vertically. So, as for an NFL comparison, Mack Hollins will be a better Riley Cooper.